Welcome back, guys. I hope I am audible to all. Good morning to all present in the class. So we are in the discussion of Spring Security, which is about the configuration. Lot of configurations we are doing, and always remember it is the one-time setup. Always configurations are one-time setup, for which lot of code you have to write, and you are writing also based on the level of security which you want to achieve. So far we could able to complete till OAuth fundamentals. Now it's time to get into token based authentication. Token based authentication and authorization by making use of JSON web token, which is also called as JWT. All of you are there in the class. If you could respond yes, no, maybe. Everyone. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Okay. Guys, by default, in the default configuration, what we have seen is the application becomes stateful, right? And once for the first time when you visit the application, session ID gets created, and the session ID will be stored in the cookies. And every time you visit, you need not to log in. With the help of that session ID, you can access the other resources. And that was what happening. It is good for the get request. Whenever you're just getting the information, let it be, you know, logged in without you have to enter the credentials every time. But whenever it is the post or put or the delete, where some impact is happening in the server side, whether the resources are getting created or deleted or updated, and that is where, you know the just having session ID will not be sufficient. And we have disturbed the concept which internally it was generating CSRF and all of that. And we have seen how to allow multiple users to access the application. And whatever we have done is all our applications are now stateless. Every request will be considered as the new request. Okay. And also for some of the resources in the last class, we have done something that anyone can access without the username and password. And for some resources, you have to enter the username and password. Not just some resources, for the first time when you visit the application, there were only one resource which everyone can access. Apart from that, to access any resource in that matter backend, you had to log in, because whatever we have done behind the scene is we have made our application as stateless. That means every request will be considered as the new request. All of you okay with it? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone in the Great. Now the concept of JWT or JSON Web Token is something like buying a subscription, a signed subscription. See, guys, suppose you're going to some of the coffee shop or a tea shop regularly on a regular basis. One time you go, two time you go, after 5, 10, 15, 20 times, there will be one kind of vibe, or there will be one kind of relationship which gets built. wherein the shopper can give you a credit for your visits, upcoming visits, and they will not be charged you immediately. There is a possibility that trust gets built, and that is the case, right? Suppose there is a shop, and every time you no want to go and pay it, you will say that let's open an account with you, and please give me something wherein every time I visit, I'll just show that, and you'll allow me to eat or drink whatever, and whatever amount I'm paying, you can just reduce it. If they are just giving you the token number, there is a high possibility that anyone else can also make the token number, and they can just show you. And just like the session ID, how it can get copied from the cookies, and others can also visit, right? So if they are giving, suppose, a token ID to you, and if you are visiting the shop, right, with the help of token ID, that by just showing the token ID, they'll be allowing you to eat or take how much ever you want. But again, this is not so much secure. For this, not just about the security, how can they verify it's you, right? In place of that, they can just give you one kind of pass which has some details about you, and with the help of that pass, you can just visit the shop and keep showing it. It's like you have some proof that you are the genuine guy, and by showing that, you can able to get how much ever you want, and at once you can just make the payment. That means you're logged in only once, after which you are able to access the resources by just showing at the pass. And just showing the pass is also dangerous, because there is no proof it's you. That can also be copied, for which, for the additional security to that pass, you can give some kind of a unique signature or QR code or something which is more secure, which can be accessed not just in one local shop. If they have multiple branches, anywhere you can access, and with the proof, with authentic signed pass, it could be QR code or something based on the technology, which can give high level of security that it's you. With the help of that, you can just log in once. That means you can make the payment once. After making the payment once, you can access any number of resources. That means you can drink the tea how much ever time you want by just showing of the pass. Something similar is the concept of JSON. For the first time when you visit the application, you have to give the login details, you have to give the login credentials, you have to pass the credentials. With the help of credentials, we will verify in the backend whether you are a valid user or not. If you are a valid user, then what we have to do is, we have to also give you one signed pass, so that again and again, if you want to come first time, if you could able to prove that you are the right guy with the help of credentials, we got the trust, we gain the trust. Now we are able to give you all our resources without you have to give the same credentials again and again. So what will happen here is, for the first time when you visit, we will take it, we will verify. If you could able to prove that you are the right guy, I will be generating one token to you. Take this token, go again. After that, every time you visit to our application to access any of the resources, you need not to pass this username and password. Rather, you just have to pass this token which you have taken. With the help of this token, I'll be able to give all my resources without any worry. You can access any resources as long as you want it. And then you can take and you can enjoy the resources which I am giving to you. Right? So this is what the concept of JWT, JSON Web Token, wherein for the first time you have to prove your credentials. With the help of credentials, you have to prove that you are genuine. After that, after the logged in, what I have to generate is JSON token for you. And every time you visit our application, you need not to give the credentials which you have given for the login at the time of login. Rather than that, you just have to give me the token. I will take the token. I will just verify whether it is a right token or not. I will just verify whether it is a proper token or not. And that is what I have to achieve here, right? So right now in my application, there are so many resources. No limit, Aditya. Now, my dear friends, there are many resources in my application, as you have all seen. And in yesterday's class, I have made the register resource accessible to everyone without they have to, what do you say, pass the username and password. Everyone agrees on this? Yes, no, maybe. Similar to the register, I will make one more resource login, which I have not yet made. I will make it right now. And this resource also directly anyone can access. This page anyone can access directly. And then they have to pass the username and password here. But anyone to access the login, they need not to give the username and password. I will make this. After which, what I have to do here is, once they are logged in, I will verify the credentials. I will do the verification of the credentials they are passing at the time of login. If they are really a genuine user, the first task here is, I have to write a code which can generate a signed JSON web token. And what they should be getting is the token, JWT. And after which, if they have to access any of the resources after the login, apart from the login, whatever resources are there in my application, 10 resources, 20 resources, 30, 100, they have to pass the token. They have to pass the token. The next challenge for us as a developer is, we may have to write a code which is there to verify the JSON token, verification of the JSON token. So two things we have to understand in today's class. Number one, how to write a code which can generate a JWT token. The first part will be generation of JWT token. That's the first task. Second task is, once my end user, after token is received by the client, if they want to access any of the resources, they will be passing the token. The second challenge for us is to take the token and do the verification of the JWT token, so that we can access, we can just, give them the other resources. Because if you don't verify the JWT, then they can give any token, and they will try to claim that they are the right users. How can we have a secret key there in the token? With the help of that, we have to verify whether it is a valid token. Is it the token for this user which I have generated and given? I have to verify that. So token generation is one thing. And once token is generated and given to the client, if the client is using the token to access any of the resources, we have to receive the token, and we have to write a code which can extract the details from this token and verify that it is a right and the valid token. All of you in the class, have you all understood the context which we have to achieve right now? Yes, no, maybe. Have you understood the theme? If not, no, I can repeat quickly. I can summarize if you want what we are trying to achieve here. Have you all understood, guys? Others, apart from 4 or 5, there are many in the class. We are not storing, Suresh. We will extract the information, and in a way that we will generate the token in a way that where users information will be available. And when he pass the token, we will get the information from the token. We will not be storing the token anywhere. We will extract the information. See, guys, the context here, just to summarize every one of you in the class. I may have 6 resources, 6 endpoints, 6 REST API methods in my backend. Great. Out of which there are 2 endpoints which are, it could be 6, it could be 10, it could be 100, it could be 600. Register and login. These 2 resources I want everyone to access. Anyone can access these resources and they can pass the information. First point, tick mark to everyone. Yes, no, maybe. Second point, if someone logged in with some username and password, I will take that username and password. I will do the authentication. if they are authenticated, if they are a right valid username, to that particular client, I will write a code which will generate JSON web token, that to a signed one with secret key. And in that token, it will also have the information about the user. I'll add the claims also. User's information also will be there. Username also will be there. Signature will be there. Secret key will be there. And this token I will give back to my client. Now, next time to access any other resources, whether it is info, whether it is course info, whatever, they will be passing the token. They will be passing the token to us. That JSON web token they will pass. And I will take the token, I will extract information from the token. Info from token. I have to extract the information, because at the time of token generation, in the token I will add the username also, I will add the signed key also. I will extract from the token username, I'll extract, so that I can verify it is a valid token or not by extracting the username from it. If it is a right token, then I will verify that. The token verification is extracting the information from the token and check whether it is the same token which I had generated or not. If it is a valid token, then they can access the resources. So after generating the token, I need not to store the token information somewhere, not needed. Because whatever token my end user will pass, I will take that token's information, or whatever token my client will pass, I will take the token information, I'll extract the token's information and verify that it is a valid token or not. If it is a valid token, I'll give them the resources. So they can just pass this token for any resource. I have to write a one-time setup which can do the verification of the token. So one-time setup here is two things, as I have told again and again. Number one, generating token. Generating token. Number two, verifying the token, for which a lot of code is there. You should not be focusing on the name of the classes. What it is doing, if you have understood, more than sufficient. Fine, my dear friends. Yes, Suresh, you are right on this. Have you understood the context, guys? Everyone in the class? This is more optimized, Aditya. User will have a very not so example. If you have Gmail, for every small thing you have to log in. Will you be able to do that? No, right? I'll say jwt.io. Understand this, guys. What and all token will have, please see here. jw.io. It is not from the Spring family. JWT is non-Spring family. And the coding issues, coding difficulties always comes for a developer whenever they use third-party things. Remember this point, everyone in the class. Whenever as a developer use third-party things, right? That's where the coding difficulties developers uses, because third-party, however they have done it. I would like to open this. See, guys, this is the payload. Header information, how the token has been generated. Then we have the payload. Token will have subject. Token will have name, that username, and when the token is issued at. If you want, you can add the expiry also. Only issued at is there. You can add the expiry also here. I will add the expiry also in the payload, and I will add the key, and after which the token will be generated. And this is how the token will be given to the end user. In that token, algorithm which is used will be there. Username, when the token is issued, that information will be there. When the token will expire, that information will be there. And the signed key also will be there. And once my user will pass this, I have to extract these informations. I have to extract the username. I have to extract the expiry of the token. I have to extract the signed key, whether it is right or not. Then I have to give them the resources. Fine, everyone. Yes, no, maybe. All of you. You can see many algorithms are there. Uh, HS2, comes into the symmetric, and RS and others comes into asymmetric. Okay. So let me just add you here. I would like to show you. You can set whatever you feel like, Suresh. You have the right. Example, this token, it is showing that it is issued at some particular time or some generic time it is giving. You can give the expiry at your own time. No problem. Example, I'll do one thing here. I will take this. See here, all of them are JSON like data, right? So in the JSON web taken. I will add here and say expiry. And I will give some extra time here. This is the expiry, extra time. This is the extra time. See here, it will be issued at Thursday, January 2018, 7 o'clock. Expire at, for longer time I have expired. The time I have given is longer, longer, longer. Are you all there? So you can generate this expiry also by your own. Okay. So for which a lot of code is required here, and I don't want you to unnecessarily get confused with the predefined classes, because it is a third party library which we have to use to implement this. Third party predefined classes, third party interfaces names. You will not be able to recall the code. You have to understand the process which we are following here. So first, the big picture of the project, have you understood, my dear friends? Humbly I ask everyone in the class to do response me. I will create Spring project property number 3. Have you all understood the big picture of the project? Yes. Great. Half of the game is over. 50% of the game is over. The moment you have told big picture, you have understood. See, most of the time the problem comes when you don't know what you're doing, what you're learning, what you're trying to do. If you know what is the goal you're trying to achieve, if you know what you're trying to do, why you're doing this, then the problem is solved. You'll not face any issues in any matter. I would like to go here. Existing project I would like to open here. This is my configuration. This is my entity on which I'm working on. This is my one more entity. Earlier I had created for some of the resources, my repository layer, my endpoints, the resources which I have. And in these resources, I'll be adding now one more resource. What is that resource? If you ask me, I'll take this. I'll go ahead here. I will say here, login new user. Or maybe I'll say login user is the name of the method. Login user. And maybe I'll give it a string type of return type. I will say here login is the endpoint. Login is the endpoint. Fine, my dear friends, everyone in the class. This part will not be there. I have to write it. Now, how to verify whether the user is proper or not? For which you should get hold of authentication manager. You should get hold of what, my dear friends? Authentication manager, you should have a hold of it. Fine. So what I'll be doing is, I'll go back to the Spring security configuration. For the right now, I myself is doing the login credentials authentication with the help of username and password for the first time. So I'll be getting hold of authentication manager object. I will say here authentication manager type, maybe method name, whatever you want, you can give. I'll say authentication manager, whatever method name you can give if you want. Okay. I would like to go back here and I'll get hold of authentication configuration. Authentication configuration. I'll get hold of this. I'll say config. Let me import this. I would like to just add the return statement. I would like to go back here. I'll say return config dot get the authentication manager. So with the help of this method, I'm just getting hold of authentication manager, object of authentication manager, because the return type of this method is it will return the authentication object manager. This object it will return. This object now I will hand over to Spring IOC container. So right now authentication manager is with the Spring IOC container. Great. I would like to take this object reference. I'll go back to my controller. In my controller, I'll go back at the top. I will just say here, private, authentication manager, type authentication manager. Now this authentication manager, I will do the auto wire. If I do the auto wire, does Spring IOC container has a hold of authentication manager right now, guys? Because I have given that to Spring here. Yes, it has. So I am asking my Spring to inject that manager details here. Everyone in the class, yes, no, maybe. Now I'll go back here. I will say, I will take this reference variable. I will do the verification, authentication of the username and password by using very simple method. I'll say dot authenticate. I have to give the authentication information, how you have to do the authentication. For which I will say here new username, password, authentication. I'll say here authentication, token. And within this, I will be passing this username and password. That means verify this. It will only internally take care. You need not write some extra code here. That's the power of it. I will say here dot get the name. We have to hand over to this class. That's it. It will only take care of it. I'll say here, comma user dot get password. Take this and please do the authentication. That's the meaning of it. Okay. At the end, I will go. I'll put the semicolon. I will say it. I have to import. I have imported. Right. And now it will give the information of authentication, whether it is authenticated or not. That information it will give you. That information, I will just store it in this variable. Now this object has the information whether it is able to authenticate or not. Now, if it is successfully able to, if the username is valid, if the password is valid, this will authenticate. And this information will be given here. Authentication object will come into picture, or it will generate only if the username and password is correct. So I will now verify. If in case, I'll take this authentication. I'll say dot is authenticated. If it is a valid user, it will authenticate. If it is yes, for now, I will just say here return success. I will say here success. Else I will say here return. Maybe I'll say here invalid credentials, or since I need not to invalid credentials, I need not to mention this, guys, because I'm not using my own way of authentication or filtration. I'm using predefined classes. So if it is not able to authenticate, it will be forbidden. They will be getting the 500 code status code, and it will be shown as forbidden. They'll not be able to access. This message is not needed. So I would like to just save this for now. Let me go back and deploy this application, guys. I would like to deploy my application. Application is deployed. I'll go back to my Postman tool. I'll go back here, my dear friends. Last class, I would like to check what and all we had given. So Pramod is there with us, right? So Pramod is there with us. I would like to go back here. All right. I would like to register a new user for an instance here. The new user I have to register here is, maybe I will say Aditya. Aditya is there. Ankita, I'll go with Ankita. I'll say Telescope 33. Telescope 33, guys. Please here authorization no auth. One more important point here, guys. If I have to go back to my backend code, if I have to go to configuration, how many resources everyone and anyone can access, guys, right now? Anyone and everyone, how many resources they can access? Only add user, not more than this. And we have one more resource here. I want this to be also accessed by anyone and everyone. I'll take this. I'll go back here and I will just say here, comma, within double quotes, I will just add this. Now, how many users, how many resources anyone and everyone can access? 2 resources. I will save this. I will redeploy the application. I hope all of you are able to understand this, right? I would like to just deploy this. Now I would like to go back to my Postman tool. First of all, I will register new details with no authentication. I'm not providing the username, passwords, credentials because this can be accessed by anyone. Yesterday's class, we have done that. I would like to just hit this send button. I'm getting this password also. Okay, 33, right? I'll go back to my authorization right now. I'm sorry, the other resources right now. And I want to reach out to, maybe let's go to the login, guys. I'll say here login. I need not to give this authentication, guys. Body, I would like to give the same for the login, guys. Same body I'm giving. Nothing here. I would like to go back here. If I have to hit this, guys, are you getting the message success? Yes, no, maybe. Now, if someone is able to log into our application, should we give success message or should we generate a JWT filter? Sorry, JWT token. Should we generate JSON web token or should we just give success message? JWT, right? Token, right? All of you, I hope you could able to understand what we are achieving here. Yep. Now I'll go back to my backend application. I'll stop this. I'll go back to my resources. I don't want to give a message here. I want it to generate a token. I will write a method here, generate token. For whom? In the token, I will just extract the username information. So that in the token, I'm just passing the user's information. Why I'm passing? As I have told you already, in the token, I will have a signed key. I will have username also. And once my user will enter the token, right, from the token, I will extract the signed key. I will extract the username to verify whether it is a valid token or not. Because of which, I will just add this. I will say get name. But where is the method generate token? It's not there. I'm aware it's not there. I'm aware it's not there. So I have to write that. I'll do one thing here, guys. I will just create one more class which is responsible to generate a token. I'll go back to my service layer, maybe. In the service layer or anywhere you want, I will write the class. I'll say right click. I'll see here class. I'll see here JWT token or JWT token service. I would like to have this. And of course, I'll just write at the top of this class as the service. It's done. All right. And now I would like to go back here and I will do auto wiring here because inside this class, I will write the code to generate the token. Okay. So I may have to auto wire this. I'll say here JWT token service is the name of the class I've given. Type, I'll say here service. And service is already there. I'll say JWT service. I'll say JWT service. It will make more sense. I will just auto wire. Done. And I will take this reference variable. I'll go here and attach dot. I will say it will generate the token. I will store that in string type of JWT equals to. And now that JWT is what I want to return. I will say here return JWT. Right? The basic code is ready, but we have not yet written the actual code which will generate the token. The basic code structure is ready here. That's it. All of you? Yes, no, maybe everyone in the class. Basic structure is ready. Now I am invoking this method and passing the username. So I do have a username here. I have to generate a token, and in that token, the name I have to add. Not just name, I have to add the signed key also. Getting it up? Now, guys, I'll now create the claims. Claims means the payload, the information. Claims means all this what we have seen earlier, right? This is the claims. Subject, name, expiry date, shoe date. All of this is called as the claims. And this key, all of them are claims, or we call. Okay, I have to create the claims so that token can be generated easily with the help of these claims. I'll go back. To have the claims, I'll create the map. I'll say a map type of a key value pair. Okay, string type of key, object type of any type of data means object, parent of all. I'll say our claims equals to any of the implementing class of map. I'll go with hash map. Okay, hash map. I'll go with hash map here, and inside this I'll have the claims. Now, guys, I will say here, I will use one reference. I'll use one class here, JWTS. Dot, if I say I'm not getting anything. See, I'm not getting anything here. Why? JWT is not from the Spring family. It is not developed by Spring. JWT is not only for Java or Spring. It is for many programming languages, many technologies. It is JSON web token, not for the Java. Is there anywhere written, guys? This is only for Java application. Anywhere written? Anywhere? No. No. See the libraries. So many libraries we have here. If you want to use JWT to generate this type of token with the help of these claims, these are claims. With the help of these claims, if you want to generate a token like this, then you have to use the JWT library. Did I add any dependency of JWT, guys? Did I add anything? No, I have not added. I have already collected that from the Maven repository, guys. You can also collect it. I will go and add the JWT library, the dependencies. Okay. I would like to go back to my application. I'll go back to my pom.xml. I will just go back here. I will add these dependencies here. These dependencies I have added. Are you all there, everyone? Yes, no, maybe. Look at these dependencies. One is this two is sufficient, guys. This is not recommended. I mean, not recommended. I cannot say. I mean, sometimes you may get some exceptions and errors because of which JWT Jackson also have added to convert the payload, which is in the form of JSON to the token. This was used. Actual dependencies JWT API, JWT implementation, API specification, implementation. This two is the real one. These two are the real one. Everyone, and this is extra which I am adding as a safer side. Okay, this library I'm adding. I have used that format. Because of that format only, Anil, I could able to get this. Control Shift F. But again, fully it is not coming, so I have to do it manually. That's it. Anyway, guys, I'll go back here. I'll say right click. I'll say Maven. I'll say here update. I'll say here okay. It is updating. My project is getting updating. My project is updated, guys. What is the proof? I'll go back to my service. If I say JWT yes right now, am I getting the option of import, guys? Earlier I was not getting it. If I click import, see here, is it coming from the family of Spring, guys? Is it coming from the family of Spring? No, right? I hope you all are able to understand this. Yes, no, maybe. See, I could able to get this IO JSON Spring. And now I will say here dot. I will say builder. Build token. Based on in the token, what now should be there in the token? Set claims. I will add these claims. I have added. I will add this set subject as you have seen already there. I'll say sub subject. Whatever the subject name you want, you can give. In the subject, I will add the name. This username, I will add it. This username, please see, my dear friends, again, don't get unnecessarily confused. This username, I'll go back to my telescope. I'm getting it from the end user at the time of login. Once authenticated successfully, that username I'm passing here. That username I'm taking and adding into my token, so that at the time of verification, I can use it. Dot, I'll say, I have to add this name, of course. I will add that name here. In the token, name is also there. I will say dot set issued at date object. I have to pass it seems. I'll say new date object, and I will say here system dot current milliseconds, current whatever time is there. I want that to be considered as the the date here. Which date object? We have two data objects. One is from the util, one is from the SQL. I want to go with the util. After which, my dear friends, I will say here dot set expiry. I will add expiry. Expiration, what I'll do here? No. Same, it means immediately it will expire. Same means immediately it will expire. What to do? Same current time plus I will do something. Okay. Same plus something I will do. Plus some seconds I'll add. So that it is not expired for longer time. Milliseconds I'll add. Okay, everyone? All of you present in the class? Yeah? Of course, I may have to do this exactly after this bracket. I'll say here dot signed key. I'll say one key, signed key also will add this key. What I'm adding right now, this signed key, this key, signature. I have added this payload. In the payload, don't add much information. Okay, it will security risk. Only name or something you add, not more than that. You should not add so many things in the payload. In the token, much information must not be there. Okay, and the signed key I have to add. I'll go back to my code. I will say here, I'll say here dot signed key. I will say here sign with. Two parameters. It is an overloaded method is also there. I will write a key which can give one method. I will write which can give the key. I'll invoke that method. After which I'll say here signature algorithm. To generate this algorithm, I'll say signature algorithm dot, I'll say HS256. Let me just check. It is HS256 only, right? It is HS256 only. I am using it. Okay, symmetric one. I'll go back to my code, and at finally I'll say dot compact. I'll say here. Okay, let me generate one method here. Create a method which will generate this. I'll say here dot compact. Now the token is ready. At the token I'm returning, guys, I'm returning this token to whom? Whoever is invoking this method. In that token, all the information is there. Yes. It is one of the algorithm to generate the signed key, Aditya. Many algorithms are there. It is one of the algorithm. Many algorithms are there right now. Go through lectures of cryptography. You'll get to know on this. This is the algorithm I'm using it. You can use any of the algorithms. All the asymmetric algorithms are RS family. HS is symmetric. I'm using this HS256. Okay now? I'll go back here. Guys, this key is there now, for which I will write some code to generate the key. Whatever code I'm writing is to generate the signature, and this is the key. Unnecessarily don't get confused with respect to this. Okay, I will take that code from many of my previous codes. Let me open one file, guys. Allow me 1 minute of time. Okay. Don't overthink about this. This is the way to generate a signed key. Whatever code I'm going to take it. Where is this file here? Key generation file. I have kept it separately only for key generation. Key generation file for JWT. Key generation file for JWT. Yes. Right click. Open with Notepad. Open with Note. Yes, Anil Tripathi, you are right on that. Thank you for giving me that key. Anil Tripathi of your own classmate has given me the same. I will be just writing this here. I will write this here. Only that. Where is the secret key now? Where is the secret key? For secret key, I will write this code. The secret key, if you want, you can write by yourself. You can just go at the top, create a variable. Let me just create a field of this. I'll create a field of this. And you can write something of your own choice. You can just write here string type of secret key, and you can just write whatever you feel like. You can write here within the string. So you can use some of the platforms to have the secret key, but it is not recommended. This is not recommended. I will generate this. I will generate this and add it separately. I will generate and add this separately. I will write the code to get this key. Okay. Let me write some code here. Okay. I would like to import the things here. Imports are very, very important, guys. If you import from the wrong libraries, it will create the problem. The key generators and all of that should come from the, what do you say, family of Java. Okay, this is from the util. This let it be from the util part. Okay. Okay, Java expert. Great. It is generated. Yes. It is the class name is JWT token service. Okay. I would like to add this constructor. Great. Guys, whatever code I'm writing here, this is to responsible to generate the key, signed key. This is to responsible to generate the signed key using some of the algorithms or formats just to get the signed key. Don't overthink apart from that. You have to focus on this part. What and all things are there here, guys? Subject, which is our name, issued time, expiry time, and one signed key. That key I have signed by following some of the algorithms, some of the principles to generate this code. Yes, it is okay, but not recommended, Aditya. It is one-time setup, write the code. Okay. It is following base64.encoder, encode to string. By using this algorithm, I'm just getting the key. That key I'm adding to here. Okay. I would like to save this part. After saving this, I'm going to my controller. I will receive the token here. I would like to also print on my console, guys, system.out.println JWT. Okay. Now I would like to deploy my application. Let me see if I'm able to get this. I'll say here, right click, run as the Java application. Run as the Java application. It is executed. I'll go back to my Postman tool. I'm going to log in, guys, with the help of this. I'm going to log in with the help of this. If I hit this enter key, are you all getting the token right now in front of you? If I give something invalid, maybe 3, 4 I'll give. If I hit this, see, I'm not getting it. It is unauthorized. But if I able to give this 3, 3 properly, I'm able to get this token. Now for every resource, you need not to put, if you want to access any of the resource, don't put basic auth. This is not needed now. You have to go here, say JWT, not bearer token or JWT bearer, anything is fine. I'll go with the bearer token. I'll click this. I will add this token. The token has been added. Now to access any of the resources, I'm not adding the username and password. I'm giving the token. If I send this right now, unauthorized, why? Because I have not written the code in the backend, which will authorize, which will verify the token. Now I have to write a code to verify the token. All of you present in the class. Yep. I'll now go back to my backend. I will just stop this. Nothing here. I just have to go back to my configuration. And now, after I say it is stateless, I will not end the story here. I'll come back here. I'll say dot add the filters. I want you to add the filter. Which filter? Before every resource, before the request go to any resource in the application, this filter should work. And this default filter which you usually use this also, no problem. Username, password, which is we have used earlier also. Authentication filter. This also let it be there. Many filters you can add. I have no issues with this filter. Apart from this, I want it to create one JWT filter also. I'll say JWT filter. It's just a reference variable. Where is the object for this? I'll create it. I'll create a field of this. I'll go back. I'll not say filter. I will say here JWT filter. But where is the class? Here? I'll go back and say auto wire also. Dependence. Spring will say what I have to inject, which class. I have never come across this. It's not a predefined class. No import option also. I will create a class where I will write the logic for filtration. I will create a class on JWT filter. Let it be in the configuration only. No problem. I have created that. The same class is what I am using here right now in my configuration. I have added this. Okay. But this I have told here, this filter must be there. Okay. I would like to save this. This filter must be there is what I have told. Correct, it will be there, but where is that filter? I have told I have auto add, but where? What is that? That is the logic I have to write now. Logic inside this particular code. Now this class, I will say here, component, I am handing over. That's great. I'll say this is one of the component. Okay, go back, no problem. But this class must and should extends. I'll say here, once per request filter. Why? For every request, this filter should be invoked. I have told you, right? For every request, filter should be invoked. Add before. And that filter must extend any of the family. So once per request filter, I'll import this. It is coming from the family of Spring. I have to add unimplemented methods. I have added here. Now this error also will be gone, which we have seen here, which we were getting here. This error is also gone now. Yes. Now I have to write the code for the filtration. It's my responsibility to write the code. I'll go back here. I will just make the arrangement for auto wiring. I'll say a private. One of the auto wiring I'll do here is JWT token service. I have written one class, right? Token generation class, token service, so that I can extract the token from there. I will say here service, and of course service. I'll auto wire that. I'll ask my Spring to inject that. Spring will inject. That's fine. I will also get hold of my, where is that one more service class, my user detail service class also, so that I can invoke this to verify from the token, guys. First of all, at the time of token generation, did I add the username in the token? Yes or no, guys? Did I add the username in the token? Yes, no, maybe. I have added. So I can, once my user is passing the token for the other resources, can I extract the username from the token? I can extract. After I extract the username, I want to invoke this method and check whether the user is there or not. Because as Suresh was asking, am I storing the token anywhere, guys? No, I cannot verify that exact it is there or not. So from the token, what I'm going to do is I'll extract the username. I will pass the username here and check whether the username is there in the database or not. So I have to invoke this, for which I have to do the verification I have to invoke this method. I have to do the auto wire of this within the filter. I will say here private. I will say here user service. Whatever is the name of this you want, you can give. I would like to auto wire here. I'm auto wiring here. Okay, now guys, please understand this to the best of your capability and to the best of your ability, to the best of your listening skills. I will say HTTP request. What? I know you have so many things. You have request header, you have request body, you have request URL. I want request header. I want request header. From the request header, what do you want? I want authorization information. From the request header, I want authorization information. Please give me that authorization information. All right. I will collect that information within a string type of variable called as auth header. Great. Wonderful. Now I will check if in case this auth header is not equal to empty, is not null. That means header is there. Someone is passing some information. And this auth header dot starts with what it starts with. I'll go back to my Postman, guys. What is it? Header starts with bearer or not? Bearer. This is starting with bearer or not? Okay, I will check that. BEARER. This is the header. Okay, I'll go back to my code. I will check whether it starts from BEARER space. Whether you can write only B also, no problem. You can write only B also. Like you know very well, the string method inside the starts with method inside the string. You can write anything also, no problem. But I'm just writing a readable name. That's it. Starts with this. If both of them are correct, if there is a header and that header starts with this, I will say here from that header, what? So many things is there. No, starting 7 characters, extract it. Cut starting 7. What do you mean by that? That starting 7, BEARE, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The starting 7s, including the space. It will come, this token will come along with the bearer name, guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That bearer name also will travel. Okay. That's the reason this is 6 plus 1 space 7. So 7 characters I want to ignore. I'll tell 7, you please ignore. Starting 7, you cut it down. And remaining is there. No, after cutting down starting 7, remaining is the actual token, right? Guys, look at here. Bearer is starting 7 and this is the actual token. This is the actual token. Starting that whatever bearer will also travel. No, that is the name of the header. Okay. I don't want that header to be there. I have truncated that. I have told substring. Cut that part. Remaining part I will taken as the token. I will create a field of this or maybe local variable of this. Not here. I'll do one thing. At the method level, I will create this. At the method level, I'll create this equals to null for now. And here I will set token. I will add it. Done. Right now, any issues to anyone, guys? I'm extracting the token from here. Why only 7? I have repeated that. Aditya, for you, since you have not listened to me, I'm repeating. Because same thing if I tell once again. If you understand, I will not, change the words. I will use the same words. If you're able to understand, that means you have not listened earlier. What is that? Guys, this is the token. Alongside the token, header name also will travel. The name of the header is bearer. Bearer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 alongside one space. Totally 7 characters also will travel alongside the token. Name of the header also will travel. So while extracting the token, I am truncating. Starting substring means everyone knows, right? Starting that bearer in space, I am like, I don't want that. Remaining part I want, so only I'm correcting here. All of you now understood? Yes, no, maybe? Everyone in the class, are you all there? I have a token. Now, guys, I will say here, I have not written the code yet. I will write that code. I'll say service dot. I don't have any method as such. I will write the method. Extract username. Username from this token. What I'm going to do is I will take this token which I have extracted. I will pass it here. This method responsibility is to take this token. From that token, many things are there. Issued at is there, expiry is there. I want it to extract the username, and that username I want it to give it to me, which I will collect it here. I will say here name. I'm going to create a string type of name here. String type of name equals to null for now, and I will give it as name here. Name I have. I know this method is not yet there. I will write that method. All of you, yes, no, maybe everyone present in the class. Now, guys, now name I have. This name is coming from where, guys? Is it coming from the end user or I have extracted from the token? End user are extracted from the token, Now I'll check if in case name is not equal to null, and authentication object is not yet created. I will share security context holder dot get context dot get authenticated. That means authentication object is not there. It is not being done for that. Equal to null. I will create my authentication object based on this name. If it is null and if it is not there, I will verify. Because verification is not happened here. That's the meaning of it. If it is null, that means authentication is not done for this. Now I will say, what is that, guys? Inside this only, no. There is a method present which will take the username and verify it is there or not in the database. All of you, which you have written earlier, everyone in the class. This method is responsible, right, to check whether it is there in the database or not. Are you all there in the class? I have to invoke this method so that I can pass this, and it is going to database, guys. See here, repository.find by name is there. It is going to database. So I will go back to my token service, not token service, my filter. I will say here user service. I will take this service name. I will just go here. I will say here dot. Lot of code I do agree here, but it's one time user. I will say what is the name, guys? Load user name, and I will pass that name here. Whatever this name is there, no, I will pass it. Now, whatever name I'm passing to the method, which will check it is there in the database or not. Whatever name I'm passing to the method, which is there in the database, or this name end user directly entered or have extracted from the token, Of course, it will give you user details. Which I will collect it here. I would like to collect the user details. Yeah. Now I will validate the token. I will use this service. I have not written the methods there. I will write all these methods. I'll go back here. All the JWT related service, business logic related to JWT, I will write inside this class. Okay, whether it is extracting the username, and I will say here, I know I have not written this method also, I will write it. I will say here, can you please validate this token? Validate token. This method is not there. I have not yet written. Validate the token. I will pass the token. And I will pass the user details. And this user details, guys, coming from the database. Okay, it's coming from the database. I'll give this. It will give me some boolean type of status. I will correct here boolean type of status. I will correct here. Now, if in case status is true, that means if it is able to validate the token, if the status is true, I will generate this authentication object. If it is true, I will generate the authentication object. After generating the authentication object, at last, all this drama is done. I will generate the one more. I will pass that to one more filter. I will pass this request object to one more filter. After this filtration is done, I will pass the request object to one more filter. So what I'm going to do here is, after all this drama is done, I will say here, what is the reference variable for filter chain? What is the reference variable for the, Filter chain. I'll go back. Any reference variable? Yes, this is the reference variable. I'm passing to predefined other filters which are there after my filtration is done. I will use this. I will say here do filter. Token spelling is wrong. Okay, pa. Thank you. I will pass the request object. Done. This is done. Now I have to go and write these methods there. I'll go and create the methods. I'll go and create the methods like to validate the token. I'll go and create this method. I'll go back to my filter, my filtration part. Only thing is I have to create the authentication object. Okay, I have to create the authentication object if the filter is valid. If the filter is valid, I mean the token is valid. So that code I will write here. Okay, I will save this part. Anything error here? I'll go back here. I will save this. Error will be gone there. Guys, this is the most simplified version of JWT, I can say. The code, most of them will not even touch, right? So this is the most simplified one is what I would like to tell you all. I have to now, you have to not focus on the names of the classes. You have to focus on the process which you are following here. Now, the code in order to, extract this, guys, I will be taking from this. Lot of code is there. Okay. Of course, as a human, I cannot remember all that code which is responsible to what code, guys, which is taken this token. From the token, it should be able to extract the username. It should be able to extract the issued time, expiry time. All these things I have to extract here. Okay, now. So that code is what I have to write here. So I'll go back and I have some file open, guys. Let me take that file code from there. I will explain what is this code all about. You need not worry on that. I will go back and I will just add it here. Okay, now I'll go back and just add that here. All right, I will add it. Now, guys, please here. Okay, let me just import this. All of that must come from where? All of that functionalities must come from util package. The function should be from the util package. Okay, done. My dear friends, here I have taken this. This is passed by filter to me. From the filter, from the header, I am collecting the token. That token I am passing to this method. This flow clear to everyone? No, Anil. All of you? Are you all there? Now I'll go back here. I'll go back here. I have got the token from the header. From this token, I'm passing the token. I'm invoking one method called as extract claims. I'm passing the claims subject. Subject means inside the subject only username is there. Extract claim, token is there, subject is there. Inside this, the code is responsible to just check whether it is a valid token or not. It is extracting all the claims. It is extracting the key also, and it is extracting the username. All this code is responsible to extract the information to verify. And from here, I'm also calling this validate token. I'm passing the token and user details. This user details is coming from where, guys? This is coming from where? From the database. And this is the token. This two information I'm passing. That two information I have received here. And I am invoking this method by passing this extract username, token, and I will get this here, whether it is valid or not, which I have received here. And also I'm returning whether whatever is there, username dot equals. That means this username is our username. This username is different. Please understand this. From the token, one more time I'm extracting the data in the username. That username, is it equals to whatever database username is there, if both of them are matching? And if the token is not expired, if the time is still there, if both of them are valid, if the token's username is also correct, and if it is not yet expired, if both of them are valid, I'm returning true. true to the caller of this method. And that true I'm going to accept here. If it is true, then I will create the authentication object. If it is not true, I'll not create the authentication object. All right. And now I will write the code here to create the authentication object if the token is correct. So let me just get that code here. Just to create an authentication object if the token is correct. It is all one-time setup, guys. One-time setup. I'll just write this. Okay. Let me import these things, and these imports must be from the right. I would like to import it. It is imported from the Spring family. Authentication object is ready now. I would like to save this. Go back here. I would like to save this. And see, is token expired? This is the method which is responsible to check if the token is expired or not. It see here, extract expiration from the token. It is passing the token here. See, I'm invoking this method and passing the token. Inside this method, what is happening? Taking the token, invoking one more method, passing the token, dot before new date. So extract the claims. From the claims, it is just checking the expiration, whether the token is still valid or not. Now, if it is valid, username is also valid. If the token is not yet expired, it will return true to the caller of this method. And from here, if it is true, I'm generating an authentication object, which is username password authentication. That means everything is authenticated now. You can give all the resources access. That's the meaning of it. I'll go back to my Spring config. I think I have added the light filter, JWT filter. I have done the auto wiring here. No problem. My fingers are crossed here. I would like to deploy my application. I hope it is able to authenticate. A lot of code is there. If some problem is there, I will hand over the entire class to you, and you have to do the, debugging here. If something goes wrong, you do the debugging, right? Whenever I miss the variable name, whenever I do the wrong variable name, all of you will correct me. But here, if somewhere something fails, we may have to go through the entire code of verification, because token is generating successfully. Token generation is fine. Verification is the issue right now. I'll go back here, guys. I'll generate a new token for the Ankita. I will say here, generate this. We could able to get the new token. I would like to just take it from here. Go back to any of the resource, guys. Get course info is a resource. I'll pass this entire token. I'm passing the token. My fingers are crossed. I will hit this enter key. Telesco launch the course. Okay. Are you all able to do this? Guys, if I give any wrong token, see, I'm giving the wrong token. See here, unauthorized. If I give the valid token, only then it is taking. If I give the valid token, I'll go back here and give the valid token. Only then it is taking. Everyone in the class. I know, I do understand the code is a lot of coding, but it is one-time setup to do this. And those classes, those methods names, they are all, most of them are from third party. You should not be worrying much on that. So the flow, what we have done here, if you have understood, more than sufficient. This is about the token base, JWT authentication, right? A lot of code here, but the big picture is generate the token, verify the token. And how I'm extracting the details, guys? I'll go back to my filter. I have told here, please add this filter before every request. I have told here, take this. This is a real game, right? Such configurations, once per every request. And I have told here, if it is from the authorization header, get everything. If it is not empty, if start from here, get the entire by ignoring starting 7 characters. Token is there. From the token, I'm extracting the username. That username, I will pass it to my end user and check it is there in the user data as now. If it is there, I'm getting this. And again, this user details and token I will pass to validate the token. And if the token is validated, I'll create the authentication object. And I'll say that please authenticate everyone because the token is valid now. If the token is valid, please allow them to access the resources. That's the meaning of it. Okay. I'm pretty sure those who have listened to this with utmost focus, you could able to understand the flow. You could able to understand the context here. And if you just try to understand and look at the names of the classes and see, it is like for the first time someone coming to Java class. And in that Java class, their more focus is on by looking at the scanner class, by looking at the all the predefined classes, and they're scratching their head, what is this? They don't even know what is class. They're scratching their head at the names of the classes. So you should not go by that, because as and when the new library comes, as and when the advancement comes, the code, the predefined classes will change. Most of the things are deprecated now. Most of the things earlier with Spring Boot developer used to do, they are deprecated in the Spring 6, especially with respect to Spring security. Maybe in the Spring 7, these things will not be there. The process will change to generate the token, right? We are already fetching. Please see here, Anil Tripathi. From here, we could able to fetch the user details. Do you agree? Anil? Huh. User details and token I'm passing, correct? To this method, validate token. I'll go back to this validate token. Where it is just, where is that? Yeah, here. I'll go back to validate token. Token I'm getting, user details I'm getting. All right. Now, from the token, I'm extracting the username once again. And from the user details also, I'm extracting the name. So whatever name is there in the database, whatever is name in there in the token, if both of them are correct, I am authenticating. User details dot get name to verify the token, to validate the token, it is a correct token or not, to validate the token, whether the token is right or not, whether it is from the same user or not. Whatever name is there in the token, whatever name is there in the database, if both of them are matching and the token is not expired, oh, this is a valid token. If it is a valid token, I want it to give the authority to access any of the resources. Yeah. That is there. This is extra level of authentication. You are telling maybe anyway from here already we are doing this. This name is coming from the token only. And if you could able to fetch the details here, that means it is a valid token already. Correct? No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Here, am I verifying, guys, inside this user details, whether the details are there or not? Am I verifying, Anil? I am passing this, I am fetching this. But inside this user detail object, whether it is the same user or not, am I verifying, Anil? No, right? That is the reason I'm passing here, and here I'm doing the verification. Inside the user details, whatever username is there, and whatever name is there inside the token, if both of them are matching or not. Now understood, huh? Yeah. Username comes from the token. That is correct. That's correct. I'm getting from the database also. If both of them are matching or not. If there is mismatch, I'll not authenticate the token. Double layer of verification of the username. See here, I'll go back. You are trying to say that I'm fetching already here. What is that? Where is that filter? I'll go back here. Your concern is I'm extracting the name from the token. I have already got that name here. Based on that name, I'm fetching this user details. Correct? Possible mismatch might not be there. That's 100% correct. You can just provide the token. You can just go back here and you can just write this code to verify this token. No problem. This is extra level of security which I am achieving. Am I passing the two parameters here? No. Only one parameter you pass it and you can check, no problem. You can do that also. You can do that. There is no problem. Double layer of I am doing this code. You can just do this by invoking this method boolean data. This return type is also boolean only, Anil. Without this only I can just do this and it will return the boolean data and I can validate the token. No problem. It is just extra layer of security code. That's it. Okay, Anil. Because anyway, this also it's just boolean only. No, I can just write only this and I can just return. This is about the authentication. And those who have listened very carefully, the way you guys are asking the question shows that I have done my job. Thank you because with the help of questions only you can understand what those who have listened, I have done justice for them. All right, this is one time setup, guys, and I have implemented JWT in the project which I'm going to show with you also. Okay, tomorrow, most probably, I'll show that project. If not tomorrow, Monday, starting of the class, I will show. Either I will show tomorrow or Monday. I will show a project where whatever we have discussed, everything I have implemented, everything, logging, everything I have implemented. All the concepts I'll be including the security. I'll be showing that project in tomorrow's class or the Monday's class, which you can take as a replica to develop any of the projects. Okay. All right, guys. See here, from the claims, I'm able to extract this. That's all for today. Project number 3 is what we have discussed, and we do have a board work also. Lot of board work. It's a doctor handwriting, but fine. And guys, I'm not sure whether I have done justice or not. I'm not claiming. For safer side, whatever content of Spring Securities which is recorded by Naveen sir, which is similar content, I would like to share with you all. Okay, so that I might have not done the justice. You can also watch Naveen sir's content and you can just have a acknowledgement of your existing knowledge on Spring Security. It's the same content, not the different content though. Okay, so that content I'll ask my team next week. They will add the Spring Security content also, which is recorded by Naveen sir, including the JWT. Are you all there? Please, if you want, you can watch that also so that you will have a double layer of understanding of Spring Security part. Okay, everyone? See, I might say, you might say, but still, I should not claiming everything I'm the boss, right? So that's not the case. So content is there and I'll ask my team to ask so that at the end of the day, it's not whether I have thought explain or not. That's a secondary part. End goal is you have to understand. It's not about understanding, explain well or not. Okay. So I want you to, go through that content also. I'll be grateful for you. Okay. I'll ask our team, maybe next week by the time they'll upload that entire content and you can watch whenever you have a free time about that. So tomorrow's class, today, what is the day, guys? It's Thursday, right? Yeah. Tomorrow's class, my dear friends, everyone. Tomorrow's class, I'm going to discuss most probably either Redis server with Spring Boot or multi-DB configuration. Connecting, there also a lot of configuration code is there, which you have to understand. Lot of configuration code is there. There also in case of multi-DB configuration. So tomorrow's class, multi-DB configuration. That means one application connecting to multiple databases. I have a request while uploading live recordings in the dashboard. Please upload it name of the topics discussed instead of date. It will be easier for us to go through back and revise. That's a really good suggestion, Gautam. I mean, that's really one good one. Uh, I'll ask our team to do the same. Okay. Since so many topics are there, uh, I'll have to sit and check what topics, what has been covered based on this, that topic name alongside the date. Both let them add it. Okay. So date and topic name, it will be great. But it's a good. No, Vishal. Oh, interviewer only will not be doing it. What they'll ask for you. Can you explain how to make a relation between tables like when we make a transaction in the banking? A relation in the table, Akash, in the Hibernate videos, I have taught association mapping. One example at the last class of Spring also I will do it. And same relationship I have implemented in my project also. I'll try to explain when I'm discussing the project. Okay. I have recorded Hibernate videos. Inside that mapping is there, but it is binary one-way mapping. I will do one example of two-way mapping in my Spring Live class if possible. If I'm not explaining the mapping in the project which I'm going to explain you, because in the project I have implemented the concept of mapping. Yes, you can add that without any problem. All right. That's all, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. We shall meet tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m. and continue the discussion. Monday, we are starting the journey of microservices. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being with me in today's class. Thank you, every one of you. I will only teach, don't worry. You can watch my Hibernate videos. It is there. Apart from that, in the project I have implemented, at the time of explaining the project, I will explain those relations also. Okay. So definitely, I have implemented it in the project. So in the project only how that is working, I'll explain. It will make more sense to you. Because I know right now for the relations, there is no proper resource anywhere. Everyone has done their best to confuse. I have implemented, I'll show you. Okay. Thank you guys. Tomorrow exactly 7 a.m. We shall continue the discussion and Monday microservices. Thank you, every one of you.